My name is Amy Wright, and I am the head of global strategy at Automated Creative. Advertisers Watching Ads is a weekly panel show where we get people from all across the globe to talk about different ads, different pieces of content, and it's just a way to chat about the work and get a little bit closer to it. We have our final top 10 across this year. So you very lucky people and our fantastic panel today are going to be talking about some of our top entrants. So without further ado, that's me chatting done. Let's meet our lovely panel.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm the marketing director for Penguin Random House Children's Books.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a senior planner at Specsavers.
Hi everyone, I'm Tash, Beecher. I'm a creative director at Syneos Health, and my pronouns are she, her. So, without further ado, let's get on to ad number 1.
Get up! Flats catch, plans to hatch, clean my teeth, yeah, we're going Ibiza. 7 days of holiday with all the amigos. Only problem, I can only pack 10 kilos. Sun cream check, sun hat check, 10 bucks of Yorkshire tea. Shit! Let's get lightly caffeinated. Holiday time, no downs, just ups. Pack my kettle and pack my cups. Don't wanna be a cheeky numpty. On me holiday, I can't get a decent cup of tea. Trunks, leave it, no rum. Tea, pack it, pack it, pack it. Shades, leave it, no rum. Tea, pack it, pack it, pack it. Passport, leave it. Actually, no, pack that. Shout out passports. Gold tea, I packed it, biscuit tea. I packed it, decaf tea. I packed it, gold tea. I packed it.
So next up on our list is number 2.
A recent survey revealed that nearly half, 44% of over 65-year-olds, claim that their favourite pastime is having sex.
Among over 65s, sexually transmitted infections are rising.
We don't need them.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to get pregnant at 65.
Relate have created a series of vegetable-themed condom packet designs under the banner of the Hornicultural Society.
You did say hornicultural, didn't you?
I said hornicultural.
Hornicultural.
It's got aubergine, avocado.
Of course you have.
Oh, I put the aubergine at the front.
It's a condom.
And on to our last piece of content. This is from absolute ad giant stalwart Apple. That is our 3 ads. We have Yorkshire Tea, we have Relate, and we have Apple. What was your kind of initial impressions of the ads? Did you have an immediate firm favourite, or were they quite balanced? Because this is the best of the best.
The Yorkshire Tea ad feels like it's kind of a very clear kind of piece of comms that you could see how it would be sort of edited into different kind of, cut down for TV, etc., etc. I think that the Relate ads isn't really an ad, it's an experiential thing, which is like, but both of them I think have very good strategies behind them, where the Yorkshire Tea ad taps into an insight about tea lovers and not being able to get a good cup of tea on holiday, and the Relate ads obviously taps into the sexual promiscuity over 65-year-olds. Whereas I think that the Apple ad feels like it is serving a very different purpose, which is it is effectively a dramatisation of a sustainability report, but done in a very interesting, compelling way. I think they're all very good. I suppose my personal favourite would probably be the Yorkshire Tea one, just as a bit of comms. I think it's just fun, isn't it? And it feels part of their brand, feels like what they do. They do advertising really well, and I just think it carries that on for what feels like a younger audience.
For me, I think probably the Yorkshire Tea does come up slightly ahead. British Fever and Tea were weird about it. You've got a favourite brand already. That advert isn't going to convert. So instead of trying to make themselves something else, they've landed purely back in their own brand identity. and then made this amazing piece of content in a completely authentic way that's absolutely hilarious, terrible earworm. I mean, the relate thing is just amazing. It feels like it's been an issue that's been around for a million years, and I love that they were like, here's their number one thing they like to do, which is, by the way, it's sex. No one likes to think about it. Here's the second thing they like to do, it's your garden. We're just going to like connect those two things together.
Yeah.
And I also think, I really loved about it was, like, sex is so freaking awkward. We are not in a sex-positive society. No one likes talking about it. No one likes their grandparents doing it. And they found a really fantastic way to do it. And I think for me, the Apple one, it's like a masterclass in attempting to control the narrative. It was, of course, like a dark dramatization of a sustainability report. But it was also like, no one's reading these anyway. Let's find a way to make this, give everyone who's already like an Apple loyalist a little bump. Like, so they don't feel so nervous about the fact that Tim Cook's staring down Mother Nature, which he is.
I think initially the Yorkshire tea one did stand out to me, but I think once I kind of got halfway through, I started to get a little bit bored, if I'm honest. You can kind of tell that it's kind of taking inspiration creatively from the kind of DIY zine culture, and I love that about it. I love that it's fun. I love the kind of lo-fi energy that it has. But at the same time, it almost feels a little bit too polished for me. Like when I'm kind of consuming it and absorbing all the messages, it's kind of, it's lacking a little bit of edge. So for me, it means that the relate one actually stands out a little bit more, because the craft element of that and the way that they've used humor and taking both of those insights about, what are the two things that people in this age group love to do the most, I think that's genius. Apple, I have mixed feelings on, because I think it depends on the lens that you view it through. It's either a really creative example of a report, or potentially the most terrible example of greenwashing that I think I've ever seen. So I'm kind of like straddling the two divides. So the first two, so Yorkshire Tea and Relate, are both creative agencies. Apple is actually an in-house effort, which is quite interesting. What do you think it says about this kind of, I don't want to call it a divide feels like the wrong word, but the difference between internal studios and agency studios?
The classic example of an in-house agency is like the Pepsi Kendall Jenner ads, where it went really wrong, right? It was like them talking about themselves to themselves. And I guess you can sort of see that in the Apple ad, which is them talking about what they're doing great. I mean, what they say is quite compelling if it's true, so they're probably not saying a lot of stuff as well. So I guess you can sort of see within that idea that they are just talking to themselves and sort of giving themselves a pat on the back.
Have any of you have any other thoughts on Apple piece in particular?
It is giving an Apple lover justification not to be concerned about the environment. That's like, for me, that is the only message, really. It's like a kind of like, so you love Apple products, but you've got eco-anxiety. Don't worry, we're doing some stuff. Yeah, this is what it feels like. I don't think it's converting anyone.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful self-indulgent piece of content that doesn't really lean too hard on its objective. It's kind of, brilliantly cast, brilliantly written, first and foremost, the script. And then the way that they've managed to get, Octavia Spencer, like genius to do that. And the sound design is phenomenal. But is it a good piece of marketing? So in AWA fashion, the panel and myself are going to give each ad a mark out of 5. So if we kick off with Yorkshire Tea, if we give that a rating out of 5, I'm going to say 4. I'm going to go 3.
I'll go 4 as well. Now, actually, what you said convinced me. Yeah.
Hannah? Yeah, it's a 4.
Okay. 2, so relates.
4.5 then. Yeah. 4.5.
I think it's a 5.
Oh, I'm also going to go 5. I think stunning all around, and the media placement is just excellent. And then Apple, 3.5.
God, I was saying 2.
Scathing from Hannah. Amazing.
Sorry.
Okay, so I feel like we're pretty drawn actually between Relate and Yorkshire Tea. Higher highs for Relate, so congratulations for any of the team on that. And then Yorkshire seems to be the good middle ground for us. And Apple is really offending some people either way. Thank you to our amazing panelists. We can give them a round of applause.